Hello my wonderful people, let me show you how to draft A-line dress in a very simple way. Here is my pattern paper and this is my starting point. So from my starting point, which is my shoulder line, I'm going to measure out the length of my dress. You can make it long, you can make it short. So after measuring the length of my dress, I'm going to connect it straight. After connecting straight, I'm going to calculate my measurements using the biggest part of my body. And the biggest part of my body is hip. My hip is 38 inches divided by 4 will give me 9.5. I'm going to add 1 inch for his to it. After that, I'm adding another 5 inches to make it form a line dress to it. Altogether will give me 15.5 inches. So I'm going to mark that 15.5 inches on the bottom part of my dress. Just like this. 15.5 inches. So having done that, I'm going to take my basic bodice pattern, place it on it and trace it out. Just watch what I'm doing, you will understand. So to make it easier for me to cut, I'm measuring 1 inch that I'm going to add to it, that I added to it as my his. I'm going to measure it out from the center front and connect straight. After connecting, I'm going to place my basic bodice pattern on that line. Let it align on the shoulder line before you cut it out, please. That is what I'm doing there. Now I'm going to place my ruler like this for me to connect the two edges together, the hip to the bottom of my dress, just like this. So I'm not leaving the sharp edge here. To eliminate it, I'm going to measure 1.5 upward and connect it with the curved side of my ruler, just like this. Having done that, I'm going to use my masking tape to hold my basic bodice pattern down to avoid it from shaking while cutting. Now, if you want your A-line shape to start from the armpit, you just place your ruler like this and trace it all the way from the armpit to the down part of the dress, just like this. But if you want the shape to remain, just follow the shape on the basic bodice pattern and cut it out just like this. So after cutting, this is what I have for the front part, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and cut my shoulder slope for me to measure out my neck depth. So I've already have my neck width on my basic bodice pattern. So I'm cutting out my shoulder slope now. After which I'm going to remove my basic bodice pattern and measure out my neck depth from the shoulder line. So I'm going to measure 5 inches for my neck depth. Connect it with the curved side of my ruler and cut it out. So after cutting, this is what I have. So this is my front part now. If you are cutting on your fabric, just make sure you fold your fabric into two, place it on it and add ½ inch to the shoulder line, neckline, armhole line, but on the side here add 1 inch seam allowance. On the bottom add 1.5 or 2 inches seam allowance, depends on how much fabric you have. Now I'm going to move on to the back part. So here is another pattern paper for my back part. So I've already measured 1 inch from the center back for my his. So I'm from this shoulder line now. This is the length of my dress for the back part. So on this bottom line now, I'm going to measure 15.5 inches out like I did on the front part, which is here. So I'll easily take my basic bodice pattern now, fold my zipper allowance in just like this, because the dress I'm drafting out is A-line dress. It does not need any zipper at the back, at the center back. After folding my zipper allowance in, I'm going to place it like this. Let it align on this line and on the shoulder line as well. I'm going to use my masking tape to hold it down to avoid it from shaking while cutting. And after that, I'm going to use my ruler to connect my hip line to the down part of the dress, just like this. So I'll go ahead and measure 1.5 inch upward and connect with the curved side of my ruler just to avoid the sharp edge on the bottom of my dress. and I'm going to cut it out. I'm done cutting. As you can see, this is my back part. I'm going to remove my basic bodice pattern from it, but before that I'm going to cut out my shoulder slope just for me to measure out my neckline. I'm going to remove it. So from the shoulder line I'm going to measure 1.5 for the neck depth, and I'm cross-checking my neck width, which is 4 inches. So after doing that, I'm going to connect my neckline with the cuff side of my ruler and cut it out. So after cutting, this is what I have. I'm writing it on its back part. So this is my front part, as you can see. So if you are cutting on the fabric, just fold your fabric into two, place the pattern paper on it, the pattern drafting on it, and add 1 inch on the side for seam allowance, 1.5 or 2 inches on the bottom for seam allowance, ½ inch on the neckline, shoulder line, and the armhole line. This is where I'm stopping for today, guys. If you find my tutorial helpful, please like, share, comment, and follow for more video. Bye for now.